time is this? We're live at Columbo's Pizza in Clemson. Deep Chicago dish pizza, that is. So we're out here live. We got the I Believe Orange First Lady here. And we're going to talk a little football. We're going to have her come in and talk a little bit about his pizza. And we've eaten there before, haven't we?
Absolutely. It was fabulous.
Unbelievable. Chicago pizza in Clemson. I'll just go ahead and say this. They've been here for 30-something years.
1984.
84. They must be doing something right, and I can testify they're doing something right. Okay. So, all right.
Sure.
Here we are, such a time as this. We got a noon game tomorrow.
Yes.
And if you told me a month or so ago, I would think it would have been prime time. So we've had kind of a strange
topsy-turvy season.
Yeah,
that's the way
there's been a lot of stuff going on. And so we got a noon game. So we came out here and decided to do it on Clemson Eve is what we call it. And so anyways, I'm just going to say this. I'm not going to
bring Friday. Everybody wears orange on Friday.
Orange on Friday. And by the way, I got the Harley Davidson on, but I do have my I Bleed Orange underneath here.
I have mine.
And we are doing a little business with Harley Davidson. So anyways, we'll talk about that another time. So anyways, we're going to talk about the Clemson game here first. And so unless you've been living under a rock or you've been in a cave, you realize something happened Tuesday night. And
yes,
Coach got a little fired up. And
what was his name?
I don't want to go say his name was Tyler. Tyler, maybe? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't be a Tyler, or I don't know. Don't want to get much into that. But I did see Dabo. I think maybe, and I
will say it fired him up. There's no doubt about that.
Which matter of fact,
a good thing, to be fair.
I was on my way to get a pizza. I listened to that show for years and years and years. And I'm riding down the road just like I normally listen to it, kind of half in, half out. And all of a sudden I'm just listening to this phone call, and I'm really not believing what I'm hearing. And I'm like going, man, I said, and I know that Dabo's just kind of sitting back there listening. I said, is Dabo going to kind of break in and say something? And Dabo's like, Tyler, we're going to stop you right there. And I saw Dabo. I saw a part of Dabo I hadn't seen in a while, probably since 2018-19.
Yeah.
I don't think it was all bad. I don't think it was all bad. And I agree with what he said. I mean, I think the presentation maybe could have been a little bit different from Tyler's side, but it did bring up a lot of controversy. They got shirts being printed. It's gone viral. It's on ESPN.
It's definitely gone viral.
And so,
Tyler is a household name.
We're 4-4, but we've got more attention all year. So
I cannot even argue that one with you.
So maybe it's a wake-up call that we need. And so it's Death Valley. It's the 12th man. It's a noon game. I think it's an advantage for Clemson.
It is.
You can wake up and go right to stadium. I think, but I think I think this ain't going to be an easy game for either team. And we'll tell who's going to win at the end, but we'll make predictions here in a little bit. So breaking it down to what we've seen so far, we're 4-4. We've had several games that we could have won. We didn't. Normally the plays that go our way didn't go our way. So, we're getting down to this game. First thing, I think we're going to go out there fired up. I think we're going to play with enthusiasm we haven't had all year.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay. And I think it's very important to not have turnovers.
That's the $100 question right there.
That's the Healy's kills, the turnovers.
Okay, no, because that's the problem that we've had. We get down to the goal line and the ball magically disappears to the other side. And that just happens to happen. And I'm not pointing fingers.
Yeah.
But it just seems to be an issue that has been a repeat issue constantly.
And they've been games held on to the game. It would have been a whole different outcome than the game. And you want to have a record, you want to be top at something, but you don't want to be top in the nation in fumbles. And we are actually second in the nation in fumbles right now.
Yes,
with 10. So that's 10 fumbles, 8 games. That's 3.3 fumbles a game. I think we had 2 one game, and so you just can't be doing it. And
it's too much.
So we lost 3 out of the last 5 games. We had the Tyler thing come on. Fans
used to make this thing called stick 'em. They used to put on the hold the ball.
Put it on their gloves.
So I mean, we would have thought at the beginning of the season it's been a different outcome. This was the big game that we were selling to do the show, Mark came on board and got the show, and we're thinking it's going to be a night game we're doing Saturday. But I mean, it all goes down to ESPN, ABC, CBS, and
speaking of Mark,
and money rights, so it's a noon game. So good thing about a noon game, if you're a Clemson fan, if you're a Clemson fan in a noon game, you can get up early, watch the game, and then regardless of results, you kind of sit back and take on the rest of college football.
But you've been here since '84, so let's do this. Tell us about Columbo's, because I remember Columbo's when I was here. It's been a long time, but what I didn't know was the location. That's what you said when we were talking about earlier, and you were talking about where it was. And I was like, oh yeah, now I remember. So it just so tell us about us. Tell us about
well, we've been in this location for 25 years, and then before this, the Bilo, which is 11 years.
Yeah.
So it keeps going. This is our fourth location here.
Yeah,
this is a very good location, actually.
Y'all make your dough daily?
Yes, we make the dough daily. We make our own sauce. We do the sub rolls.
Yeah.
And homemade lasagna.
Y'all do buffet.
Yep.
We got a buffet bar.
You got to check the menu out, guys. The menu's pretty
Yeah.
strong.
Oh, there's Chicago dish pizzas to die for. Me and Carol had it. It's awesome. It's really good. So you're not from here, I'm assuming.
No, I'm up north, way up north.
Yeah.
It feels kind of warm right now.
29, man. You got the air on.
Yeah. We're from Wisconsin.
Okay.
We call it Chicago style pizza. It's pretty close.
Yeah. Well, Wisconsin, Chicago near each other. States connect each other. Illinois and Wisconsin, and but anyway, I've been up to Chicago a few times. Had the Chicago pizza. It's just hard to find it down here. And we can testify it is good Chicago pizza. It's really good. We're just not saying that. So we enjoyed it, and so people keep coming back for 30-something years. You're doing something right, and kind of like a little. Tell them exactly where you're located, because you're not on the main drag, and I think it's important.
we're
draw all the customers out where you're at.
We're on Highway 76, the road between Clemson and Anderson. It says Business 28. It doesn't really say Pendleton Road, but it's Business 28, and that's not a very long road. It's like a back way into Pendleton.
Yeah, you got back
it
way
is.
to
No question.
And you're looking at the water tower.
And we're on
Right.
the same street as Max Drive-In is on. Everybody knows.
Yeah, on down that way. So this is on down this way. You're coming. Yeah. Water tower's right out front. Got a good parking lot. And
And a pumpkin sells across the street.
well, work. They didn't sell out for Halloween. I'm surprised they're still not smashed or stolen at this point.
We started out when I started out in '84. It was just pizzas and sodas. That was it. And I had a roommate back then, and his girlfriend told me, "Why don't you make sub sandwiches?" And I said, "Because I've never done that before. I was always pizzas. Well, I made a couple of subs, but not much." So she said, "Well, go down to Winn-Dixie, buy this bread, the sub rolls, and just cut them up, and then put meats and cheeses in there, and then bake it, and then put some lettuce and stuff on top." So I did that. It was pretty good. So I got like about 9-10 different kinds. In fact, I've got one sub that's we call it a club sub. Now, y'all heard of a club sandwich. It's got like a 3-decker. Well, our club sub's the same way. We cut the bread twice and put meats and cheese on the bottom, meats and cheese on the top, bake that, and put lettuce and tomato, mustard, mayonnaise in it.
Now we're talking.
So it's pretty good, yeah. It's kind of unique because nobody else makes a club sandwich or club sub.
And y'all deliver.
Deliver.
And you got college students that are hungry. So you were saying you used to deliver a little bit more to college students.
Oh, yeah.
So, Clemson students, if you're watching this, you're an Oblate Orange, and you don't want to get out and go, you just want to order, go to the website. You can actually order online.
Yep. You got to Columbo's Pizza, Clemson.com.
Yeah. And you go to our site, you can click on that, and it'll go to their site, and it'll be worth it.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's good pizza, good food, good times. You ever go to any Clemson games? You kind of
A few, not
when
too
you
many.
came down here?
Not too many, but I've been to like 3 Clemson games.
Right.
That's because I have to work them all.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I understand. You're a restaurant.
Definitely understand
You
that.
probably do most of your business on Saturdays.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Friday night too. Like tonight will be busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been interesting. 39 and a half years.
I can imagine.
39 and a half.
I don't know how many coaches I've been through, but
A few.
a
Been
few.
through a few.
Well, if you're doing it
In fact-
almost 40
in fact,
years,
the
you're
first
doing
The first coach that I ever knew, I saw was Danny Ford.
Yeah.
He still comes in here.
That's what they're telling me.
Yeah,
Danny comes in here, so
That's really cool. That's very cool.
I used to buy cucumbers from him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's got that farm out there in Pelton. He was growing some cucumbers, and man,
yeah,
they used to get a bushel of them all the time. They're pretty good, homemade cucumbers. Grown close.
Well, Danny Ford brought the first national championships. He'll always be a legend in Clemson Nation.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt.
Good old country.
He's on the ring.
Yeah, he's on the ring. On the ring.
Sure. So,
been bull wears it. 35 years, but we're bringing it home, Clemson Nation. So, yeah. So we've had a couple since then, and now we're wanting some more.
Exactly.
And so we're thirsty, hopefully.
But this is a rebuilding year, to be fair.
Yeah, it's been.
We have picked on so many teams and destroyed them over the last 10, 12 years.
That's a very.
I was just
They're
looking
just
back at
getting
some
back
of the
at us.
scores. I mean, like we beat Florida State 63-7.
Let them get back at us.
Louisville.
Okay, get out of your
killing
system.
teams back in the
Next
day.
year's coming up.
That's right. That's
I
right.
don't want to sound like Carolina, but I think next year's going to be the year.
Oh yeah.
I think we're going to get some kinks out, and we're going to be ready. Just been, we had a couple of things. We could easily almost be undefeated, but just some things didn't go our way. Fumbles, interceptions.
It's
been an interesting week going into the Notre Dame game, and I just think the game's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. Any given Saturday,
certainly hope so. I certainly hope so.
It would
I
make our
say it
season.
this way: I feel like our defense really has played very well all season.
Oh, I agree with that.
I think our defense has played absolutely. The problem with the defense is the defense. The offense does 3 and out or moves a little bit, and the defense doesn't get enough of the rest to go right back out there.
Yeah,
and that makes it very difficult. And then you start having some quarterbacks who get hot and they start threading the needle.
Yeah.
Well, then they move the ball 40 yards up the field. You can't beat on the defense when the quarterback is doing a great job and he hits his guy. And he hits his guy, not only does he hit him, but he hits him in full stride.
Yeah.
That's a problem. But that's the game. So there's a lot of factors that are involved in that. Where our problem, to be fair, is the offense hasn't been on all cylinders.
Not on all cylinders.
And I'm being nice.
You're being nice.
I'm being nice. Our offense hasn't fired on all cylinders. And what we need is a spark to see them actually.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of big plays. I mean,
we
see
need
a little down and
consistency.
out.
That's what we really need to see. We need to see consistency. First of all, we need to see them when they get to the red zone. They need to hold on to the ball.
Oh, we got the red zone. You got to come away with at least 3 points.
I don't know. You got a yard and a half. You need to run the ball. Right.
No guessing though. Like I decided to call this at the last moment.
And when the coach tells you to play, do what the coach.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
So
I hadn't seen the razzle dazzle I thought I'd see when Garrett Riley came on board. It's just been a little predictable. I've seen a lot from last year, man.
And that's another issue that people say. Well, he hasn't been making the calls. Well, I don't believe that.
We don't have the T. Higgins. We don't have Justin Ross. We don't have the Mike Williams. We do have Tyler Brown. He's consistent. He's the guy, and the guy with a weird name. What's his name? Huh? No, the receiver.
Oh,
you know who I'm talking about? Bennigan or something? Brickenstool. Like, he's kind of reminds me.
Well, he's actually developing this year.
Yeah.
He's developing this year. He was the guy they're supposed to, and yet he's become a guy that Cade has come to, and he's developing. So that's good. That's a bright. As a matter of fact, there you go. There's a bright star right there that maybe he can get developed more so. And there's another issue too. Our receivers haven't. I mean, to Cade's defense here, many times he's thrown the ball right there, and they just haven't brought it in.
So you want to hear what the biggest problem is with the offense?
There's a lot.
The offensive line.
I will not argue
don't
that.
block. You got a problem. I mean, look at the Florida State game.
No, absolutely.
So I don't know. Somebody missed.
When you put heat on the
that was really one Cade's fault that he fumbled the ball.
No, that was a blindside. That was a blindside.
And we talked about it in the beginning of the season. Way to go here is run the ball, get 5 or 6 yards.
That right there, that play right there, I credited the defense. I said that was a great defensive play. He got blindsided. Absolutely. And when he got blindsided, he fumbled the
Well,
ball.
he's under a lot of pressure. You look at him; he's running around.
That is one fumble.
Not all Cade's fault,
right? That is one fumble that you cannot say.
And the offensive line,
that was his fault.
The offensive line's got to step up. We're not. I mean, I think Ships not even averaging 3 yards carry.
Well, Ships injured.
Well, he's under. Yeah, we don't. I hadn't heard if he's going to play or not. He's under concussion protocol.
I don't think he will be because I think that we need to just check it.
But my thinking was they'd open up holes. We get 5 or 6 yards, open it up. They'd call some long plays, some shots down the field, and I hadn't seen a lot of that. So hopefully, I mean, I'm not the coach, but hopefully they'll correct some of these things and block.
Yep.
I don't want to be called an armchair quarterback, but how are we looking on time?
You mentioned Gamecocks a second ago.
Yeah,
well, a minute ago.
They're always somewhere around.
I have a cousin living in Columbia right now that was captain back in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
Became an all-pro with the Vikings. Anyway, he's back there again. We got this little thing going on,
Yeah.
especially on that last game of the year.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah. He tells me different things like, well, I'll tell him stuff too. And we just go back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my whole family's split like that.
I got relatives in Columbia. I know that feeling very
I've
well.
got an aunt and uncle. I mean,
my uncle went to USC. Sorry for him.
You grew up around here, and you
love him to death, but he's a USC guy. So,
So I guess you've heard all of them, right? Like
there's one game you don't.
when you go to the USC campus, how do you tell the smart people from the dumb people?
There's got to be a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah.
What is it? The ones with the visitor buttons on are the smart people.
We're already getting it. South Carolina.
That was actually funny. That was.
I mean, I've always said I'd rather be 1-11 than 11-1 and beat Carolina.
Well, you have 4 picks out here, but I would actually want to do a 5th pick. So we will do some picks here, but
before we do that, just tell us what you got going on tomorrow. Anything?
Yes.
Well, we're going to open late, like at 3:00.
Okay, like after the game.
Yeah.
So after the game, after we win,
then we're going to have come on in. It's
come
open.
on in. Tell
We
my
have a
orange
salad
section.
bar. We have, that'll be going on, and we'll have different pizzas. We have a special where you can buy a large pizza and get a pitcher of soda with it for one price, like $14.99.
That's not bad.
Large free topping.
That's very good, actually.
And we sell beer here too. We have bottled beer.
Yeah.
And there's no draft beer yet, but we have bottled beer.
Okay.
Nice. Cool. Very nice.
So should be okay.
All right.
I like it.
All right.
I like it. Well, you want to do some picks?
Sure.
All right. All right. So what we got here? We got Alabama.
Well, Alabama.
We'll do your pick after.
Alabama, is that team, that Crimson Orange team?
Yeah.
Okay. We all know what ABB stands for.
Crimson.
Anybody but?
ABB stands for anybody but Bama, baby. Now, can't argue the fact that they've been pretty dominant, pretty good.
Alabama's 8th ranked.
8th ranked.
LSU.
They even got a chance to get into the college
LSU
playoffs.
lost to Florida State first game of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. Now Florida State's been pretty good.
Florida State's still undefeated.
That's
number 4.
So that's at Alabama. So you're going to tell me that you think LSU is going to win, and I don't. I think Alabama's going to win. I really do. I hope I'm wrong. Make sure
they're
you
pretty
understand
evenly
that.
matched.
But I think Alabama is going to be.
It's at Bama. That is an advantage to Bama.
That's 3 points right there. So it's
I
going to be a good game. Alabama's going to win that game, and it's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be a blowout by any stretch of the imagination. It's going to be a
It's
tough
in
game.
Bama. That's a tough place to play.
I mean, those two teams
I'm
play.
not sure the timing on that game, but
it's going to be it's going to be a smash mouth game. But Bama's going to get that one in the end.
I usually pick against you, and I usually win, so I'm going with LSU.
That's what I said.
Escape full for Bama.
Who do you think?
Alabama.
Close game. I agree with that. It could go in overtime. Those teams do not like each other. Both fans are just a crazy fan base.
The next game we have is Missouri, who is ranked 12th.
At Georgia.
We have Georgia, who's ranked number 2. Now, personally, I think, and I know what everybody says, Georgia's not playing anybody, but here's the thing. It's Georgia's to lose at this point, okay? Georgia's ranked 2. I think Georgia's going to continue on. I know that I heard somebody say, well, we'll see. So, but I don't think it'll be tomorrow. So I think Georgia's going to continue on the roll. So what do you think?
I'm predicting an upset. This is Missouri.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that upset. I think this is when they can finally lose.
Y'all heard that.
There's no team that's ever
Write that down.
There's always a time,
Mark it down.
time for anything. No team's ever gone to won the college national championship 3 years in a row. They got a new quarterback in there. Like I said, I mean, they can't control their schedule. We used to hear that all the time. We've had a tougher schedule than them, but you
schedule's done out 3 years in
you
advance.
can't really put that on Georgia. But they are playing a team. They're playing at Georgia. I'm not sure if it's a night game or not, but I'm gonna take.
That's
take
12-2. It probably is. It's
probably a night game. That's gonna be a good game. I won't take Missouri by 3. All right, I put Oklahoma and Oklahoma State because it's kind of Oklahoma's ninth. Oklahoma was undefeated until recently.
Yep.
And our old Brent Venables from Clemson, one of the best coaches we ever had, is coaching them.
Oh.
And they really had a turnaround this year. And they don't play at the end of the year, but Oklahoma and Oklahoma State is kind of like a rivalry. They're both in state.
No, it's not kind of. It is well.
Yeah, and they're playing at Oklahoma State. And but I'm still taking Oklahoma over Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma over Oklahoma State, I agree, because it will definitely be Oklahoma over Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I think so.
And I don't even think this is going to be games.
It probably won't be close. I think Brent and them will.
Me too, Oklahoma.
So we got a 3-way on that one. So
we won't go to your pick, and then we go to
So he didn't have this one on here, but I honestly think that it's Louisville and Virginia Tech, and it's at Louisville. So and the reason I have this one is because Louisville has been playing some good games, and of course it's in the ACC, and so I think that Louisville is going to beat Virginia Tech handily, and it's just going to be ugly. But that's another story.
They're playing in Louisville.
They're at Louisville. Yeah.
Louisville. Okay. But
Same thing. Yeah.
same thing. Yeah, they're playing at Louisville. They're playing at 3:30. Virginia Tech's not that good. They're 4-4. I mean, they're playing at Virginia Tech. Maybe a little deal. I don't think it's going to be close.
I don't either.
Louisville's going to win by 3 scores.
Which brings us to the next
You want to
game.
bring that game in? That's just my personal
What's
opinion.
that next one?
The next
All right.
game is the Clemson Notre
That's why
Dame
we're
game
here.
at Clemson.
Clemson victory and good pizza.
So after the game, come by Columbo's.
Yeah.
And tell them that we sent you. Not Tyler, but and
All right, this was the big game. Like a month and a half ago, everybody's talking about this game, and then it didn't turn out like we wanted it to, and you can't have every season like that. Then we had a little thing happened that woke up a lot of fans. Dabo got a little excited.
what Tyler said was a good thing because it put some fire in Dabo that we haven't
And
seen.
I think it
all
brought some fire out
season
of
long.
the fans, I think.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
And so I think that was actually so Tyler, I'm going to go on behalf of everybody else, and I'm going to say thank you.
Yeah.
Because you sparked a fire that needed to be sparked. And that's just the way I feel about it. So personally, I think that's a good thing. I think that I still think Dabo was the right guy. I think that Dabo lost a lot of coaches. I think he's in rebuilding. Not only is he on players, he's rebuilding coaches too. He lost a lot of coaches, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
And he's having to rebuild. People go, he's got new coaches. Well, of course he does. Anytime you have to rebuild both sides of your whole place, what do you expect? Things are going to happen. And that's what we're going through right now. So the little things that they had down so long aren't being taught, per se. And, he's the CEO. And the CEO doesn't watch what every manager's doing every single time, every second of the day. So that's what's going on with it right now. So he's having to watch. He's having to go through this process. So that being said, Clemson, Notre Dame, I think the spark right there is going to give it to us by 3.
Yeah, I said it earlier this week, said it last week. I've never picked against Clemson since we've been doing this. And I thought I was.
It was always the first.
I thought it was, but I started feeling Clemson spirit. Go Tigers. We went on with Dabo, the fans. I mean, just look at our group. Our group's growing faster.
27.3 last time.
We're almost hitting 30K, and we've grown faster since we've been 4-4, and we have the whole time we've been doing this. And but there's been a lot of interesting discussion. Shows you whether it's been all kosher and all, it doesn't really matter, but it shows the fans care and the fans are involved, and it's brought out a lot. I think the momentum and the mental attitude and the will to win, and just we want to make a statement finally to say that we are Clemson, and you're playing in Death Valley, and you're in our home, and we're going to win this one.
How you doing?
Clemson by 3 in a close one. Could even go into overtime. God, I hate close games when it comes to Clemson, but
Please don't let it go to overtime.
It ain't going to be a blowout.
We have not very good to have good overtime.
Third time's a charm.
Mark, what do you think?
I gotta agree.
Yeah, all 3, all across the board.
We'll see.
You gonna come in here and pick?
My pick.
Well, never.
So this is the first lady, apparently.
This is the first lady of IBO.
So
She's
I'm
prettier than all
ready.
us.
No.
So what do you
can't
think?
argue that.
I called it Clemson by. I'm gonna go 3, maybe 7.
Go
but
3,
yeah,
go 4. Okay, she
Clemson
says
by
so.
We're all safe from 3.
I don't want to be greedy.
Well, let's do this, and then we're going to do the chant.
Well, I got a question for him. It has
All right.
nothing to do with Clemson. It has to do with something else.
Go ahead.
I'll ask him. Okay, so she knows on my bucket list. I've been to Chicago many times. You got the big C up here. Have you ever been to Wrigley Field?
Oh, yeah.
You have? Okay. So, you see
That is
the
a place
C.
I'd love to go to.
It's just somewhere I've always wanted to go. And I'll go ahead and define people talk about bandwagon fans and stuff. I've been a Chicago Cubs fan since I can remember watching. They've been to 1 World Series, and I'm still a Chicago Cubs fan. So I think, and
Still a
really,
Dallas fan too,
I
though.
think there's a lot of misunderstanding about fans when they're a little discouraged about when the team isn't playing good. I think fans, once you're a Clemson fan, once you're a Cubs fan,
Yeah,
Cowboys fan, you stay that way.
But the Cubs had Sammy Sosa.
Well, yeah, the
That's
home
Sammy
run
Sosa.
record and all, but they
Come on.
didn't.
That's Sammy
2016,
Sosa. Everybody, whether you're a Cubs fan or not, you still love Sammy Sosa.
16, the Cubs won and Clemson won the national championship. Only the Cowboys come through, and they let me down like they have since 1990.
Well, this is their logo.
Yeah, it's a
Pretty
logo.
much. And I let them use it. I don't charge them for it.
That's nice of you.
Chicago's got a little bit of money. Where'd you go? No, it's a special place.
It is.
Harry, I used to watch Harry Carey talk about it. I just love to go there one time.
Do you know you can find baseballs in the Ivy still?
Probably can.
Yeah, you could actually find
Well,
baseballs.
it's just, and then they got people staying on top of the buildings. Maybe they live in their apartments or something out there, and they catch
They do.
balls that go over the fence. It's just an extraordinary play. I can't really
Well, that
explain
goes-
it.
that
Can't
goes
be
back to what-
explained.
That's what
You
makes
only-
college
you can
football,
only go
what I
to it.
say a million times, is the traditions of college, or what makes college football or college sports so awesome is the traditions. The traditions is what makes college ball so incredible.
Yeah.
Each university and
Yeah.
and people come through here, and of course, and just go from there. So
Yeah, the most exciting seconds of college football. One of the most exciting sports network in the country.
absolutely, 30 seconds,
I bleed orange.
maybe. So,
I bleed orange. It's like Superman. You got Spider-Man, you got Superman, you got Wonder Woman. Who else you got? Flash
And Pizza Man.
and
And
Pizza
Pizza
Man.
Man.
And the best freaking pizza.
and the Columbos, man.
All the way up to Chicago, this way down, best pizza in town. All
I'm
right.
going to here tonight, so
Huh?
there you go.
Yeah, we're going to
So-
probably.
We are too.
Yeah, we are too. So.
Any other sponsors up we've been talking about?
Oh, we got to mention a few sponsors. Just found this out today. Clemson Marina is coming on board. They didn't want to jump on board this year and do the Georgia Tech game right away, but they're coming on board next year, and they're going to do 2 shows. I ate out there today. So I think we're going to do the Georgia game out there, and I was out there eating, and you can actually see the stadium, the back of the visitor stadium with the Clemson on there. So we're going to
It's beautiful.
beautiful out there by the lake. And we're going to do like a September game. Pendleton Candy Company, they're making the Obsolete Orange. The Obsolete Orange fudge is ready.
Okay.
It is orange, and it's got a little white, and it's a fudge suckle. A fudge.
It's
sickle.
like a cream, the old
a
fashioned
cream suckle. Yeah,
cream
cream suckle.
sickle.
And it is just so good.
Oh,
At last Antiques, we got a little store in there that we're getting together, and that guy markets like crazy. They always got something going on there. I've got a lot of vintage stuff in there.
a lot
I've got
of vintage Clemson.
You got
stuff.
Bones, right?
yeah, we'll get into that. We got that coming up. So yeah, I've got a 1945 Budweiser can with a tiger on it. I got the Frank Howard and the Rock paper when Frank Howard actually left Clemson.
The Coke and the Pepsi bottles.
Coke and Pepsi bottles. She goes in there and she buys something and everything. I got a lot of Clemson stuff in there, and you can actually rent out booths. It's a pretty big place, and they got certain booths you can go into and get whatever you want. Who else we got? New Teak Boutique down here in Pendleton on the square. Sock shops in there.
Sock shop.
Yeah, you've got
Sock shop.
Wake
Yeah.
and bake.
Wake and Bake. Wake and Bake. We just did a show there.
Absolutely.
Everything there is to die for. The Iowa
Iowa tenderloin sandwich.
And ask for Sarah. Sarah's
Ask
on the
for
show
Sarah.
for us. Sarah,
Yeah.
Sarah did a really, really good job. Great
Sarah.
prices, great atmosphere. Well, like I said, it reminds me of Cheers. Everybody knows your name. They treat you like family. They've always got something going on, a band trivia night. Who else we got? Oh, Boneyard Cycles is coming up for the North Carolina game, and we're going to try to get Amy. If you're watching this, bring Bones down. We're going to get Bones on the Boneyard Cycle. Get him on Harley Davidson. What else? Boutique, luxury optical to the Florida State game down there. Somebody else. We got a bunch of them.
So
Yeah.
we got a lot going on right there.
A lot going on. Yeah. So and we're working on Anderson Ford coming on for the Carolina Clemson game.
So let's do the chant and get it going.
All right.
Yep.
Y'all ready to do the chant? You know the chant?
Oh,
You better
you're
know
gonna
the chant.
learn.
I have to
We're
learn
gonna
this.
learn.
It's just we're going to
take
just
you
follow
long to
us.
learn this?
No,
just
you
spell
should already
it.
know it if you've been here
Just
25 years.
All right, I
30
bleed
years.
Orange Nation. All right, you ready? Tiger Nation.
Yes.
CLEMSONTIGERS. Fight Tigers. Go Tigers. Woo, I bleed orange, baby. Come on out here, Columbo's Pizza. Get your Chicago pizza. You will not be disappointed. We're going to eat there tonight. We're going to have some. You're not. Find out what we're having. Unless you come on down. All right, that's it, folks.
Bye.
But
In stream.